Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is that time of year again. Stray Kids has announced a world tour for this year and next year, and I am back here to give you some of my tips for your upcoming K-pop concerts. This is going to be kind of an updated part 2 version to my 2022 concert tips video, but I feel like almost all of it still holds up today, so definitely go watch that first. I'm mainly just going to be addressing the most common questions and comments I got from that video, and I've been to a lot of K-pop concerts since then, so I'm going to be talking more about the actual concert experience itself in this video. First of all, I want to talk about probably the only thing from the last video that I no longer agree with. I said that you should not bring other groups' light sticks to a K-pop concert. I disagree with that now. Light sticks are expensive and they're only getting more expensive, so you paid money for it, you should be able to use it wherever, and I think it's totally fine. I've done it myself. Actually, I brought my Twice light stick to an ITZY concert. I had front row and it was totally not a big deal at all. I will say, I think back then, before COVID, I didn't see it as normal, I guess, but I love that we can bring our light sticks to wherever. I love when people bring their light sticks to Western concerts. I think that's so funny. We should do that more. But yeah, do whatever you want. I think artists would probably love to see other groups represented at their concerts. One more thing on that though. I was not trying to say that you have to have that specific group's light stick at their concert. Oh my gosh. I really hope I did not give anyone that impression, because that's not the case at all. There is no requirement at a concert for you to have that group's light stick, I promise. It's not weird to not have one. It's not weird to bring someone else's. I hope I didn't give anyone the wrong impression. I just want to address that because opinions can change and mine definitely has. So thank you for the comments. I totally agree with what you guys had to say. Okay, let's get into it. This is going to be your concert schedule / timeline. K-pop concerts definitely have a bit of a unique way of doing things that I think a lot of people don't realize when they're going to one for the first time. First of all, there is no opening act almost always for K-pop concerts. I'm sure it has happened before, but I've never been to a K-pop concert with an opening act, and I've never seen one with an opening act. Actually, Vicha opened for Twice in 3 different cities on their last tour. That was so great! It's just not as common with them, so just expect to see the artist only. On that note, K-pop concerts will almost always start on time, and I mean like on the dot when your ticket says it's gonna start. They're just very, very punctual in general. I feel like every K-pop concert I've been to, they've been on a very like accurate schedule, if that's the word. So when your ticket says it's gonna start, it's probably gonna start within 5 minutes of that time, and you'll want to be in your seat by then, so make sure you get your merch or freebies or parking out of the way before that time. Out of the K-pop concerts I've been to, there has only been one time that it has been delayed at all, and this was during the Maniac tour. They had to delay it. I think it was just like technical difficulties. I've also had situations where soundcheck was delayed, but it was only that one time I've seen a K-pop show delayed. Even during KCON last year, it was raining so hard in LA. It was like a storm literally for LA, and everything started on time and it was all good. So like I said, you'll definitely want to be in your seat on time before the show starts. This will segue into our next bit. How early should you arrive? I got so many questions about how early they should arrive, and I feel like it depends on quite a few things. If it's your first K-pop concert, I would say minimum like an hour early at the venue before the show starts. This is for a lot of different reasons. One, the most fun reason, is people are going to pass out freebies, and these are either going to be like little bracelets, keychains, photo cards that other fans will give you for free, usually of your favorite member, and it's the cutest thing ever. I think even Western artists are doing this now. Like I heard Taylor Swift fans were making bracelets to pass out at concerts. I was like, oh, but seriously, it's a really cool experience. You'll want to be there at least a little bit early to get some freebies. Next, if you want merch, you probably want to arrive even earlier. The merch lines can get really, really long, and I promise you want to be there when the show starts. So I would say the earlier the better for merch. I would also say it depends on the group's popularity. For example, BTS, Permission to Dance, I waited in line 5 hours for merch. Luckily, this was not the day of my show, but the line was genuinely, I think that's the longest line I've ever been in. This was 2021. BTS was very, very, very popular, and so this was kind of expected. I think everyone kind of expected to wait. But you know, if we're being real, you don't have to wait that long for a smaller group. Literally, probably most groups you're not gonna have to wait that long, but it definitely depends. Also, keep in mind, almost always the first thing that sells out is the light stick. So if you want a light stick on the day of the show, you're gonna wanna get there even earlier. On that, make sure that the merch stand is actually open at the time you wanna go. Usually the information about merch will be on the group's social media, like Twitter or Instagram, or the tour company's website, so double check all of that if you got any emails about information. information. Sometimes groups will have their merch sold the day before the concert as well, so just double check all that information. I would also say to look at what's for sale in advance and then think about what you want, and then if any of that is sold out, to have a backup plan so you're not really disappointed. I don't really have anything else to say on merch. Just be prepared to wait in line and don't be disappointed if what you want is sold out. It'll probably be for sale online later, so you're good, don't worry. Third topic, let's talk about soundcheck and VIP. VIP experiences are going to be a little bit different for each group, so make sure you always check either on the tour company's website or the group's social media what's included in the VIP package. Sometimes it's soundcheck, sometimes it's high touch, sometimes it's special merch, or sometimes it's all of them. And then I think there's a new thing, it's like send off, which I've never done before. I don't know how to feel about it based on what I've seen, but I've never experienced that, so I can't really say much about how send off works. I will say if your VIP package includes soundcheck, it is definitely worth the money, in my opinion, okay? In my opinion. I have always had a really good time in soundcheck. You get the cutest little badge. You get like really good pictures of the members. It's super intimate. If you want like interactions, soundcheck is gonna be the time to do it. Sometimes they allow you to film, sometimes they don't. It really depends. You're just gonna have to listen to what the venue says. Most recently, I got soundcheck for ITZY and I had a cute little interaction with Yeji. It was so fun. So if you're the kind of person who wants to see them up close or get an interaction, I would say soundcheck's the way to go. Just be mindful. It is expensive, like obviously. Usually VIP packages will also include like early merch lines, early entry to the venue. So if things like that and interactions are a plus for you, I definitely recommend VIP. This is advice I can only give from my experiences, so I can't really say much about general admission or send-off tickets. I've seen a lot of discourse about that, and I don't know how to feel. I can't provide any input. So if you've done any kind of send-off or GA, let me know how it was. I want to hear about it. Just be sure when you look at the VIP packages that these are all going to be pluses for you. If any of them are negative, like waiting in line for send-off or being in general admission, if that's going to be a negative, it's immediately not worth it. Again, this is advice I can only give from my experiences. Okay, this next one, recording at concerts. The most common piece of advice I hear regarding recording at concerts is to not. I think the sentiment is to live in the moment and enjoy what's in front of you right now. I totally agree with that. I think a lot of the times living in the moment is really important. I'm sure the artists would rather see their fans' faces than their phones, but I know you saw this coming. I would like to provide an alternate perspective on this opinion. I am someone who records almost all of the K-pop concerts I go to. I would like to say this is something I do. It's not going to apply to everyone, but I want to explain why I record so much of the concerts I go to. First off, I actually rewatch the videos. I would say I rewatch my concert videos like once a week. I just have like the happiest memories from concerts I've been to, and I just want to relive them all the time, which is why I keep going to them. But yeah, I rewatch my videos quite a lot, so it's always worth it for me to record moments I want to see again because I know I'm gonna rewatch them. If you know you're not gonna rewatch your videos or you have a history of not rewatching them, it's probably better to go with the living in the moment. K-pop concerts are very fast-paced. It's usually 2 to 3 hours and there's a lot of energy, a lot going on, and I just feel like the way my brain works, I cannot take all that in such a short period of time. I really like to be able to remember the feeling and what happened during the concert, and that's why I like to record so much of it. I actually did try the living in the moment method at a K-pop concert like a few years ago, and when I tell you I don't remember any of what happened, I couldn't tell you what they said, I could barely recite the set list. I just cannot take everything in that easily, and I know this is not the case for everyone, but I was kind of sad because I didn't remember anything, and I was like, well, I paid money for that concert and I forgot what happened, so I record everything now. I think there is still a happy medium between living in the moment and recording though. I always have a really good time at concerts despite having my phone out a lot of the time. I'm still able to dance and sing and have fun like everyone else without just like, you know, statue recording that I see a lot at concerts. I will say if you're gonna record anything, here's my advice. If you're going to a lot of concerts or multiple stops on a tour, or you just don't want to record much, record the ments, they're like talking points, and if you can get fan cams, things like that, because those moments are what's gonna differ throughout the tour. You can find videos of the performances anywhere online. They're probably gonna try and sell you a DVD of the exact performances you saw later. For me, I think I really cherish the videos of moments I would not have remembered otherwise. For example, here are some of my favorite Maniac Tour moments that I got on camera.
I don't think I'm the only one, but my voice is like gone. Is it gone? It's gone.
People hear my horses.
I mean, like,
Not like casually, right? Oh, really?
Been through a lot of things, a lot of albums, a lot of Maniac tour, a lot of cities.
The song we had off the Maniac was
Whoa!
Yeah, I can't do that.
Excuse my language, but I'm actually pretty pissed, to be honest.
Bye-bye.
So if you're gonna record anything, definitely recommend like their little talking points or interactions between the members. You'll get really funny clips, I promise, and you'll find stuff that you didn't even notice before. Last tip for recording, just clear out your storage. Even if you think you're not gonna record much, I promise the last thing you want is the dreaded storage full notification mid-concert, because that has happened to me too many times, okay? I don't have a lot of storage, and it is the worst to go through your camera roll mid-show. They're right in front of you singing and dancing, and you have to go through your camera roll, and you have to start deleting like apps. Oh my god, it is the absolute worst. So just clear your storage before, get it out of the way. You probably need to anyway. Oh, if you want to record videos though, this is something I do. Look up the settings for your phone camera to get the best quality during concerts. This is how I've been able to get some of my really high quality videos. If you care about that. I realize, okay, I realize not everyone cares about high quality videos, but I just really like when the quality's good, because if my phone is capable of the quality, why not use it to its full ability? You know what I mean? There's definitely a lot of videos out there, tips and tricks for filming at concerts with like brightness, exposure. So if you're interested in that, definitely something I recommend. Okay, the last main category I want to talk a little bit about is ticketing. Number one, always check the face value prices of the tickets. Usually these will be on a little infographic either on the group's social media, again, the tour company's website, something like that. Unfortunately, most groups use Ticketmaster, which is not my favorite site ever. I have beef with Ticketmaster, but anyway, to explain some logistics, Ticketmaster does this thing called platinum pricing, where even the day tickets go on sale, prices will fluctuate based on the demand. So if there are thousands of people in the queue for a concert, Ticketmaster can just raise the prices. And that's why I say to double check the face value prices, because if you can get a face value ticket, that's going to be the best deal you get, no question. Unless you buy a ticket later for lower than face value, which is kind of a rare occurrence anyway. Just make sure you look for that little tag under your ticket. If it says platinum pricing, it's probably overpriced and you might want to look for something else unless you're willing to pay. But don't be shocked when a barricade ticket says $3,000 on the day they're on sale. That's just Ticketmaster's way of doing things. I don't understand it either. I did mention this in my last video, but I have once again been proved that patience really is key. I got my first ever barricade ticket literally last month, just out of pure luck. It was about 10 minutes after the tickets went on sale. It just appeared out of nowhere and I just snatched it. It was not the first ticket I saw, so if you want a closer ticket, again, patience is key. But if you do not care for closer seats, make sure you're getting a face value ticket, because it is not normal for a lower bowl ticket to be $500. It is not. I can't believe I forgot to say this, but a lot of people commented it on my last video. A far away seat does not equal bad seat. One thing about K-pop groups is they really put on a production, and there's pretty much no bad seat in the house usually. So just because you're not all up in their faces doesn't mean you're not gonna have an amazing time. Just wanted to mention that. Thank you for the people who commented on the last video as well. I just think that Ticketmaster has normalized insane prices for concerts, especially for K-pop fans. I feel like we're way too used to insane prices. Like Sabrina Carpenter is doing like $350 VIP tickets and her fans were like, whoa, that's expensive. And then K-pop fans are like, oh, that's not bad. Guys, we have to be better. But yeah, that's all I really have to say on ticketing. There's so many videos out there about how to do that, so go watch those if you're still curious. All right, for our last topic, I would like to address something that has become an epidemic in recent years. Either concert etiquette has just gotten worse or people aren't learning it the same. I'm gonna give a few very, very general concert etiquette tips, and then if you guys have any other ideas, please put them in the comments. I think this will be useful for anyone. Number one, do not hold your phone as high as you can possibly hold it up, unless you're maybe sitting in the last row of the entire arena. I will say, in my experience, K-pop fans are a little better about this than Western concerts. I usually hold my phone like head high. Like this is the highest I'll hold it, just like eye level. To be fair, I am tall, so a little advantage there. But for the situations where I have been doing this and I can't get a good video, I'm like, well, I guess I'm not getting a good video today. That's kind of how it goes. Number two, hygiene. Guys, This is so beyond important. Please shower before the concert. Please wear deodorant. Even if you think you don't need it, it's just for the benefit of everyone. Better be safe than sorry. Also, there is absolutely nothing wrong with bringing like a tiny little extra deodorant or like mints even. It gets really hot, especially in the summer concerts. You just want to freshen up a little bit, so please. Hygiene, guys, so important. But that's kind of all I have for today's video. I hope I answered a lot of the questions I got in the last one. I will be responding to comments once again. I'll try to get through everything. It's not like I'm like the CEO of concerts though, so I can only provide so much from my experience. So I really want to hear about your experiences, any tips you have, or anything I wouldn't know about. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you another time. Bye! Usually VIP packages will also include like, usually VIP, damn.